besties, welcome to my August TBR. I actually just finished filming my July wrap up, so that's going to be up in a couple of days. But this video is all about the books that I want to read in the month of August. August is actually my birth month. My actual birthday is on the 14th of August and I'm planning to do a huge birthday book unboxing haul video and a birthday vlog. So I am super excited for that. August is just going to be a good month. I can feel it and I hope it's going to be a really good reading month as well. I picked out 8 books that fit like the August vibe and then I'm hoping to read, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so obviously it is only fitting that I read this book in August, and that is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. Like, do I need to say any more? Like, my birthday's in August, this book title is called Birthday Girl. I have to only read this in August, right? Do I know what this book is about? Absolutely not. Have I ever read a Penelope Douglas book before? Also no. But let's read the synopsis together to find out what this book is about, because I genuinely have no clue. So, okay, it looks like this is dual POV. Is it dual POV? It is dual POV. Yes, love that. He took me in when I had nowhere else to go. He doesn't use me, hurt me, or forget about me. He doesn't treat me like I'm nothing, take me for granted, or make me feel unsafe. He remembers me, laughs with me, and looks at me. He listens to me, protects me, and sees me. I can feel his eyes on me over the breakfast table. And my heart pumps so hard when I hear him pull in the driveway after work. I have to stop this, it can't happen. My sister once told me there are no good men, and if you find one, he's probably unavailable. Only Pike Lawson isn't the unavailable one. I am. Oh, okay. And this is Pike. I took her in because I thought I was helping. She'd cook a few meals and clean up a little. It was an easy arrangement. As the days go by though, it's becoming anything but easy. I have to stop my mind from drifting to her and stop holding my breath every time I bump into her in the house. I can't touch her and I should not want to. The more I find my path crossing here though, the more she's becoming a part of me. But we're not free to give in to this. She's 19 and I'm 38. And her boyfriend's father. Oh my god. Okay, I definitely was not expecting that. So this is age gap and the guy is the girl's boyfriend's father. I'm shook. Okay, so clearly I need to read the synopsis of books, especially when it comes to Penelope Douglas, because I know that she writes some very interesting topics for her romance books, so I'm a bit nervous. You guys will find out what my thoughts are going to be on this book in my August wrap up, but I'm really nervous. But look at the cover. The cover is freaking stunning. Love that. Next up, I really want to start the Twisted series. This series has been on my TBR for like a year, and then I finally found Twisted Love at Kmart, so I had to pick it up and add it to my August TBR. So naturally, my next book in the TBR is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This is the first book in the Twisted series, and we follow Alex and Ava, and this is brother's best friend, grumpy sunshine, I hate everyone in the world but you. Those are the 3 main tropes in this book, and the tagline is he has a heart of ice, but for her he'd burn the world. It's been a while since I've read a grumpy sunshine romance, and grumpy sunshine is actually one of my favorite tropes, so I'm very excited to read this book. I'm not reading the synopsis of this book because I kind of just want to know the tropes only and then find out the story from there when I read the book. The next 2 books are a part of a series that I started in July, and that was the Selection series. I read the Selection. Stay tuned for my July wrap up because you'll hear my thoughts on that one, but now I really want to read the Elite, which I actually just started this morning. I'm only on chapter 1, and then the other book, which is The One. I'm not going to read the synopsises of either of these 2 books because they may spoil the Selection if you haven't read that already, but this is like the Hunger Games meets The Bachelor in a dystopian world. I'm excited to read these 2 books. My Colleen Hoover pick of the month that I really want to read is Confess. I have just heard such good things, and apparently this book is actually a TV show as well, so after I finish reading the book I really want to watch the TV series as well. I'm going to read the back of this book for you. So Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her. In her fight to rebuild her shattered life, she has her goals in sight and there is no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the enigmatic artist who works there, Owen Gentry. For once, Auburn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way to get her life back on track is to cut Owen out of it. To save their relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess. But in this case, the confession could be much more destructive than the actual sin. This book sounds freaking phenomenal. I love Colleen Hoover's books, and I know she is the queen of plot twists, so I'm excited to see what the twist is in this, and especially finding out what is this sin that Owen commits. Also, the back of the book doesn't mention this, but I believe that this book actually, like, Owen turns confessions into art, and I think that is so cool. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to read this month. I also want to finish the Hot and Hammered series by Tessa Bailey, and the last book in that series is Tools of Engagement. This is Bethany's story. Bethany is my favorite character in this series, so I'm so excited to finally get around to reading her book. And this is Enemies to Lovers. Love, I'm so excited. We got like little sprinkles of the banter between Bethany and her love interest Wes in the second book, and I was loving it. So I can only imagine how good the banter is going to be in this book. And it's also going to be really interesting because Bethany is going to be starting her own fixer-upper business in this book, and her brother and the rest of the family have their own fixer-upper business, so they're now going to be competitors. So that's going to be juicy. So very intrigued by that. Then I want to read another kind of enemies to lovers book, but also like fake exes, fake dating, and that is The Ex Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This book has also been on my TBR for a couple of months now, so I really want to get around to it. So this is actually set kind of like in a podcast radio station situation, and the two main characters, Shay and Dominic, need to pretend to be exes and do this like podcast talk show called The Ex Talk. And then obviously they end up falling in love with each other, so it's also kind of workplace romance as well, but also forbidden secret romance because they cannot be dating considering everyone thinks that they're exes. So that's interesting. Fake exes rather than fake dating, like that sounds so interesting, like such a cool concept. The next two books in my August TBR, they're like low priority, so I wouldn't be like mad if I end up not reading these two books or DNF these books, but that is The Love Shack by Jane Costello. I did attempt to start reading this in July, and I only read up to page 59, and I kind of just got bored and didn't pick it up, and this kind of put me into a reading slump. But I do want to read this because I think the concept just sounds so cool, because it is about a couple who are trying to save up for their dream home, so they end up moving in with their with the guy's mum. But the book is just so long, and it's like the couple are already together, so it's kind of like it's not really much of a romance. I don't know, I'm not sure. Like, I won't be mad if I end up DNFing this book, but I also want to try and give it another shot. Maybe I might like it in August, I don't know, who knows. But I do still have this on my August TBR. And then the last book I have on my August TBR is Twilight. I have not read Twilight since, I don't even know, like it's been a hot minute. I think it's been like a decade, so it's been a while. I really want to read this because August is the last month of winter here in Australia, and I feel like Twilight is such a perfect winter book, so I'm hoping that I get around to reading this book, but I don't really know if I will or not. Like, it's not really like priority for me, but I did decide to put it on my TBR because yeah, it would be cool if I did read this in winter, but it's like low priority. Those are the books I'm hoping to read in the month of August. Obviously, it would be really cool if I end up reading a bit more than that. Normally I read between 7 to 10 books, so I decided to just add 8 books because I am a mood reader, so knowing me, I'll probably want to pick up other books as well outside of my TBR, so I just chose 8 books to include. But if you guys enjoyed hearing about the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of August, definitely give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below. I post new videos every single week, and my July wrap-up is going to be up soon. And also follow me on my social medias. I have a Instagram, Bookstagram, Goodreads, Amazon wishlist, all of that, which is all linked down below. And I'll see you all in my next video, which will be my July wrap-up. Bye!